Hey guys, so I just wanted to film this real quick because I've just been overwhelmed by the response that I've gotten from my latest book, Emotionally Unavailable. Um, Writing that book was a lot for me because 90% of everything that you read were actual true stories that happened to me in real life in my last relationship. So it wasn't like my other books were these were characters that were a figment of my imagination, where I gave them, these lives and friends and family and jobs that were all make-believe. These were real, true, actual facts that happened to me in real life. So it was me putting myself in a vulnerable place to be not only judged but talked about, or whatever the case may be. And I prayed when I was writing the book that people would see my journey and the things that I went through and see themselves in my words and in my work, and get themselves out of a negative or toxic relationship, see the red flags and run. Also, as a parent, I put myself out there and showed my relationship with my son in real life at that time, and some of the bad decisions that I made as a parent during that time. And that's the part that really was hard for me to write. Relationship stuff really wasn't that hard for me to write because I'm so far removed from that space and time in my life now that in all actuality, when I was writing the scenes where I would take him back, I couldn't even remember like why I took him back during those times. Like I couldn't even remember like what I was telling myself during those times and the reasons why I felt like it was okay to take him back. So I had to really dig deep in those scenes. But the stuff when I talked about my relationship with my son, that was hard for me, because one thing that I pride myself on, and it's not the books, it's not the celebrities and stuff that I've met, it's not the amount of money that I made throughout the years, it's not the accolades, it's not none of it, is my son. He is the most important person to me on this earth. And when I talk about him, I tear up because I know that I was put on this earth to be his mother. And I don't know where I would be if he wasn't in my life. Like, he literally changed my whole entire life. I know I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my son. He grounded me. He changed me. He gave me peace. And loving him is the best love I have ever experienced in my life. Because it's been unconditional. Even during those trying times in my life where I was in that negative relationship. And he saw and witnessed a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I didn't even mention in the book. But he saw a lot at a very young age. Stuff that I'm ashamed of. That I never wanted him to witness or see. And he never judged me. And of course he felt some type of way, but he never stopped loving me. And he was always there for me. And when I talked to him about the book, because he's never read any of my books, but when I talked to him about the book and I told him, about his character in the book or whatever, and I asked him, how did he feel during those times? And he was just like, I just knew that you could do better, Mom. And I wanted you to do better. And I knew that you deserved better, and I just hated hearing you cry and stuff all the time. And he told me about something I don't even remember. He said he told me about one day he was coming home from school and he heard me crying from my bedroom outside. I was crying that bad. And I said to him, I said, so how did you feel every time when I told you I was going to leave him and that he wasn't never coming back, and then I would let him come back again? He was like, well, at some point I just stopped believing you. And I was like, oh God, that just broke my heart. Because I've tried to be the best parent that I can possibly be. As kids, we always say, when I become a parent, I'm going to do things way different than my parents ever did. And I'm going to be a better parent. And I think for the most part, I have. I think I'm a really good mother. I pride myself on being a good mom. Me and my son have a really great relationship and a bond that is unbreakable. And he's literally like one of my best friends. He is my best friend. He's my best friend, and I'm happy that he could come to me and talk to me about anything. And because it's just me and him, And he's going to be such a great man. Like, whoever ends up with my son is going to end up with a great man. And I can honestly say that. And I'm proud that I raised such a good young man that's going to be very loving and attentive and caring and a praying man and respectful and honorable and a provider. Like, I know that about my son. I'm not raising no fuck nigga, no fuck boy, which is good. But back to why I got on here. I've gotten so many comments and reviews from people, from women, since yesterday. The book just dropped yesterday. And they're just, you know, been saying like, oh my God, like, this touch home. I'm in this position right now, and this and that. And tonight I just received something on Instagram from a young lady, and I'm not going to say her name. But she said, hey honey, I'm finished reading Emotionally Unavailable. You just put my life on paper. This is my everyday. I swear, and to see it, it's even worse. To know I'm putting up with things I don't have to deal with that's not deserving of me, it had me in tears. I thank you for being truthful and allowing your readers to get up close and personal with Keisha. You've given me the courage to let go and move forward. How I could be so dumb when I say I know my worth and value. Do I really? I'm constantly allowing hurt from a not so deserving human being. He's laying up on me, not helping. He's a liar, cheater, very disrespectful, all of them above, yet I allow him to be in my space. When I got done reading, I prayed to God I deserve so much more than what I'm allowing. What will I lose if I walk away? Shit. We're just bedroom buddies. It's sad. I blame me. I'll do it too if one allow me to. I've given my all, and I have nothing more to give. I don't trust him, period. And I've gotten so many like comments and reviews and stuff like that from women my age, younger, older. And this is like an epidemic of women. It's not even just women of color. It's just women, period. Because I feel like we're so starved for love and affection and feeling wanted and needed by someone. And the pool of men is just so slim that when we get one that shows us even an ounce of attention, we just latch on to it because we just want it so bad, and we don't want to be alone. We don't want to be like our mothers, single and, you know, raising these kids alone, and we want to be married, and we want to have these families that some of us never had growing up, and so we latch on to things that aren't healthy for us. And I can honestly say for myself, those were some of the reasons why I stayed in my relationship. A, because I didn't want to be like my mother. I wanted to be in a loving relationship. I didn't want to be single. I didn't want to grow old by myself. I wanted to be in a relationship because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have a mother and father in the home, and I wanted my son to have a father figure in the home. And all of my friends had a man, so I felt like I needed to have a man too. And I got everything. I got the house. I got the clothes. I've traveled the world. I got all these accolades. I'm a national best-selling author. I'm a mother. I got but I don't have a man. And so when I was praying to God every night, Lord, send me the man. Lord, send me a man. And I was young, so I wasn't specific about what I wanted in a man. And I was young, so I didn't care about, you know, certain things. All I cared about was that he was cute and could dress and he had a car and a job. That's all I asked for, and that's all I got. So that's one of the things. You have to be so specific when you're asking God for a mate. You have to be. But I stayed in that toxic relationship because at that time I felt like he would change. That's what we all tell ourselves. He gonna change, he gonna change, he gonna change. He gonna finally see how much he's hurting me. He's gonna finally see how much pain he's put into me. He's gonna finally recognize that these tears are crocodile tears. He's gonna finally see that I'm like crying out for help, and to just notice me and see this pain inside of me and see how much I love you and I just want you to change. He'll finally see it, and he'll wake up and he'll be everything that I want him to be. He's never gonna be it. He's never going to be it. Because once you allow a man to treat you bad and the pattern continues, they stop believing you. They know you're not going to leave. When you say, I'm going to leave, I'm not going to take you back no more, they like, whatever. Like, it becomes a joke to them because they know it's a joke. You know it's a joke at some point, and you playing yourself. And at some point you begin to date yourself, honestly, because the person that you're in a relationship with is an imaginary figure, because you've concocted this man in your brain, and that's totally different than who you're laying next to every night. It's the expectation of what he could be that keeps you there, when the reality is totally different. And I know that's how it was for me. And I just thought because I loved him so much he would change. And I stayed because I put so much time and energy that I didn't want to give up, and I didn't want to feel like I was a failure. I wanted to prove to everybody they were wrong about him, about us. And at some point it just became so emotionally draining. And in real life, what I didn't put in the book was that what really changed was when I got sick 2 years ago and God forced me to sit down. And that's another thing. When you're in a bad relationship or anything that's negative in your life and God gives you warning signs, God will give you warning signs by dropping a little pebble here and there. Boom. These little pebbles he'll drop on your head, and you know, these warning signs, these bad things that happen, like you catch him cheating, or you have a bad fight and he call you a bitch, or whatever the case may be. God will drop these little pebbles, and the more you stay, the faster these pebbles start to come, until eventually, when you keep on being disobedient to God, he'll drop a boulder on your head, and you're forced to pay attention to what he's been trying to say to you. And my boulder on my head was waking up one day and ending up in the hospital almost on my deathbed, and then being forced to be on bed rest for almost 4 months of my life, and being in the house for 6 months of my life, and not being able to be sexually active. He took the sex away. He took all of those things that kind of cloud our judgment. He took all that away and forced me to look at my life and see what it was. And once the rose-colored glasses came off, and I looked at my life and where I was in my life and my age and everything I had going for me, I realized, oh my God, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? He's never going to change. Yeah, he loves me, but it's not the right type of love. It's not. The love that we had for each other was just not the right kind. And I can't even say it was all him, because that's why I showed in the book. It wasn't all him. He did his dirt and I did my dirt. We were toxic with each other. It was just horrible. And I will honestly say that after I ended the relationship, because I broke up with him, and I just focused on getting my mind and stuff right and learning myself. But where I messed up was I met somebody shortly after breaking up with him, and we jumped into something really quick, and then it ended really quick. And I got my hopes up once again, because the crazy part is God will continue to see you the same type of man until you learn your lesson. So after I got out of my 5.5-year relationship, I met somebody else like 3 months after I broke up with my ex. 3 months later, I met somebody else. And after day 3, all the warning signs of this is the same nigga you just broke up with were there, and I ignored them. And so when it ended and I got my feelings hurt again, I was so mad at myself, because I was like, nigga, you saw the warning signs. They were all there. Day 3, you saw it. And you failed. And so when I failed, and I fell for the okie doke again, and failed to realize, you know, to take the warning signs seriously and walk away, after that, I made up in my mind. This was 2014. I made up in my mind, January 2014, that I was not going to rush into anything else with a guy. I was going to focus on myself and get my life in order. And I did that. And I focused on my career. I put out my clothing line. I did my Forever 21 movie. I wrote 5 different books in 1 year. I was just grinding on grind mode. And since, you know, I've been celibate since December of 2013. And I've been dating. Don't get me wrong. I'm dating or whatever. But I swear to God, like, dating for me now, back in the day when I met a guy that I was attracted to, who was just straight up digging, I would latch on to him for dear life. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I had to show a guy how worthy I was and how great of a woman I was, and you should see all these great things in me. I'm the perfect person for you. I was like, I was selling myself like a used car salesman to these guys or whatever. And I stopped doing it. I was like, why do I feel like I have to sell myself to somebody? Like, if a guy can't see how great I am, then oh well. And I just stopped doing it. And I've gotten to a point now in my life where I feel like you got to sell yourself to me, because I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know what type of person I am. And I know that I'm going to make some man out there a great wife one day. And I can honestly, comfortably say that. And so now when I meet guys, I'm picking and choosing who I choose to give my time to, because I know that I'm worth everything that I'm asking for. Because I know what type of woman I'm going to be for you and to you. And so I don't date now just to date. I'm not a casual dater. I'm not dating to be somebody's girlfriend. I'm dating to be somebody's wife. And that's a whole nother form of dating. And it becomes lonely too, because when you're dating to be somebody's wife, the picking and choosing thing is tough, because you're not settling just for a friend, somebody to lay up with, somebody to Netflix and chill with. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the real serious thing in my life. And I'm comfortable with laying in this house, being in this bed by myself every night until I achieve that goal. And even if I don't achieve that goal, and if that's not in God's will for me to be somebody's wife, which I pray it is, I'm okay with that, because I'm okay with me. And when I tell y'all, and when y'all, the people that have read Emotionally Unavailable, when y'all saw the hell that I was going through every day, that constant turmoil of arguing and fighting and crying and being sad and fearing what's going to happen next, once I erase all that foolishness out of my life, and I've been at peace here in my home for the last 2 years, and it's nothing like being in my house and being at peace and not having to worry about the next shoe to drop and what is he gonna do next and what lie I got to deal with, and is he gonna come home tonight, is a girl gonna come out the wood, is gonna help me with this bill, I don't have to work. Like, all of that's gone. Listen, it's so peaceful. Like, and I found a joy and a happiness in myself that I've never had in my entire life. I swear, my 20s, when I heard older women say they'll never go back to their 20s, I understand it now. Because I'm 34 years old, and I don't want to go back to being 21 ever. Because your 20s are just your fuck years. Like, you just out here wild and you don't know what the fuck is going on. You think you're grown, but you ain't really grown. You just still young and dumb, don't know what the fuck is going on. I swear, things just started coming together to me until I turned 30. Like, shit, a light bulb just clicked in my head and shit just started changing. And it's like, now, like, I have this inner peace and this inner happiness that I've never had before. I'm just comfortable with myself. And you see it in my videos. I don't have to get on here and be a bad bitch 24/7, 24 hours a day, get on here and wear makeup and this and that. I'm comfortable with these dark ass circles around my eyes. I can't do shit about it. It's hereditary. I get on here with a scarf on my head. My hair is not done. I don't give a fuck. I know what I got in my closets. I know what type of shit I got, you know, that I can stun on motherfuckers if I choose to. I know that I'm a pretty girl. I know there's bitches out here look 10 times better than me. I'm not a size 2. I'm plus size, but I still get niggas. It don't stop. Like, it don't matter. Like, I'm so happy with myself. I'm happy with every role, with every imperfection that I have, with every stretch mark. I'm happy with me. I'm happy being a mother. I'm happy being an author. I'm happy being someone's daughter. I'm happy being someone's best friend. I'm happy with being somebody's encouragement, somebody's idol, and somebody's testimony, and somebody's blessing. I'm happy with those things. And I just, for all the ladies that are still going through, you know, bad relationships, or feel lonely because they feel like they're not going to meet Mr. Right, or on that same celibacy path that I'm on, or whatever you're going through, just know that if you have faith in God and you believe in yourself and you learn to be patient with yourself, then everything will be okay. And to laugh, be happy, because you have to make yourself happy at the end of the day. And I found happiness with me. I'm okay with being by myself, and that's the biggest thing. Is for a long time I felt like after a relationship I had to be in a relationship with somebody else. I had to find somebody else. I got to be in a relationship. Man, fuck that. When it happens, it'll happen, and it'll be genuine, and it'll be sweet, and it'll be beautiful, and it'll be everything that I've asked God for. And in the meantime, I'm doing what I need to do for myself. I'm focusing on my career. I'm focusing on my relationship with my son, and being a better daughter to my parents and friend, and a sister to my brother, and all those great things, So I'm still working on being on power. Great things are happening with that. And I'm just asking God to, increase my territory and give me financial blessings. And I want to travel the world. I want to see things. I want to just be great. I want to leave this earth leaving a mark behind me. And I know I have. I know when I leave this earth, it's going to be people that are, say my name for years to come, and I have a legacy that I'm leaving behind for my son. And I just want to leave an even bigger legacy when I leave this earth. I want to be a multi-millionaire, goddammit. Fuck a man. Like, I want it, but I want a man to be not to, I know that a man doesn't complete me now. You know, he's adding on to my life. He doesn't complete me because I've learned to complete myself. And so, to the young lady that wrote me that and the other young ladies that have written me things, just know that it gets better. Once you leave, because like I said to the young lady is, it's easy to stay. Staying is easy because you're going back to the same routine. That's easy. Because in those breakup moments when he leaves and you have to be settled or being by yourself again, and that inner turmoil comes in, and that gut-wrenching feeling of sickness and sadness, that's the hard part of going through that addiction. Because when you're in those toxic relationships, it becomes an addiction. It's like a sickness. It's like you're addicted to this nasty drug, and you have to get it out of your body. You have to cry it out. You have to like when with a cold, you have to get this shit out of your system. That's the hard part. Letting that motherfucker go. That is the hardest thing ever, because it's the fear of unknown. You don't know what's around the corner. And you know, when you in these relationships with these guys, they'll tell you, you ain't gonna find nobody to me. You know, you ain't gonna do no better than me. Let's go out here and see what's out here. And you don't want to because you're afraid, because you've heard the horror stories from your girlfriends that are single. It's hard out here, girl, to find a man, this, that. And it really honestly is. Especially when you know your worth. It's hard to find somebody. You know what I'm saying? And because when you're just settling for anything, you can get anything. I can have several niggas up in this motherfucker by chose to, but I don't want that for myself. I've never been that type of girl. And it's harder when you want greatness and when you know that you deserve something good. It's harder to find something great out here. So you just got to be patient with yourself, man, and love yourself so much that when a man comes into your life, his love, like I said, is an added bonus to you. And that you're so confident in yourself that you know you good with or without this motherfucker. And that's how you honestly have to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to end this by saying I love you all so much. Like, you all have no idea that you all, honestly, when I say you all keep me going in this literary thing, you keep me going. Outside of it being my livelihood and what I do for a living, you all keep me going. You know what I'm saying? The audience that I've built over years, I love each and every one of you, and I honestly mean that, because without you, there would be no me. You know what I'm saying? Without you and God, there would be no me. I wouldn't be able to have this platform to talk to you all like this. And I've decided I'm going to be a lot more personal with you all. And so you can, you know, really see me. I get on here and I laugh and I act ghetto and, you know, whatever, because that's a part of me. I have so many different sides of me, you know, that I want you all to see. It's not always this and that, you know, all day. When you meet me in real life, I'm very quiet. I know it's shocking, but I'm a very quiet, private person. You know what I'm saying? So just know that it gets better, and just build your relationship with yourself, with God, and have people around you that want to see the best for you. Have a great support system around you. You know what I'm saying? People that want to see you win. That's the biggest thing. People that's going to encourage you, not put you down. You know what I'm saying? That's going to give you ways to get to a better space and place in your life. You know what I'm saying? If people ain't around you, can't help you move to the next level, then what the fuck are they around you for? And then I mean to the next level don't mean financially, it doesn't mean career wise. I mean, it could mean spiritually, you know, just as a person, as a mother, as a friend. If people ain't trying to elevate you and push you to the next level, then get they dead weight ass from around you. Everybody that's around me has a purpose, serves a purpose in my life. My circle is small, and the people that have been around me, my best friends have been in my life for 20-some-9 years. You know what I'm saying? We ain't new to this, we true to this shit. You know what I'm saying? No new friends, motherfucker. And the new friends that I do have, they're proving themselves. And when they don't prove themselves, it's time for you to fucking go. Everybody ain't meant to be in your life for a lifetime. Some people are meant to be in your life for seasonal. Shit, it might not even be seasonal, goddamn it. It might just be for a week. Who knows? But just be very careful with the people that you let into your life, whether it be friendships or men or women or whatever. Even to my fellas out there, you gotta be careful with these girls out here. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here in these streets. But anywho, I just wanted to drop that little message off. It was on my heart, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have taken out the time to purchase my books over the years and support me and support my YouTube channel and everything that I do. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I so mean it, and I pray that this video that I created tonight touches someone and gives somebody some type of hope, some type of encouragement, Lord Jesus, and this is a blessing to somebody. And I just thank you for being you and for allowing me to be me. So, good night, guys. Bye.